Hi everyone, this is Gyan and today I'm doing on understanding the ego. The ego. I mean, the word itself should tell us exactly what is ego. Now, if you're someone that claims you do not have an ego, or if you're someone that claims you do have an ego, both are ego. And I'm going to show you why. Now, ego isn't what you think it is. Ego, let me explain. E. Do you understand E? There's a drug called E for ecstasy. All right, most people refer to it as E. E is for energy. Energy is what moves all around us. Energy is also the energy in our mind. So ego is going where the energy goes. Energy is coming up as your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you go with it. That's ego. It's really that simple. If you have a fear and you follow the fear, that's ego. If you have an insecurity and you follow the insecurity, that's ego. If you have a desire and you follow the desire, that's ego. If you have an imaginary idea and thought in your head and you follow it, that's ego. If you believe that you are enlightened and that you are spiritual and that you are some transcendent being because you feel it, that's ego. You're going where the energy is. If you believe that you are a angry person and you follow anger, that's ego. If you believe that you are a insecure, calm person because of how you feel, that's ego. If you believe that you cannot speak up and voice yourself because that's how you feel, then that's ego. Ego is literally everything that you follow, that you feel, that you experience, such as your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and your imaginations, your fantasies, your backchat. Everything is ego inside of us because we're going where the energy goes. Ego isn't what you have seen on TV where it's someone walking all tough and rough. That's not ego. That is part of ego. But ego is very simple and it is basically going where the energy goes. If you believe you're depressed, if you believe you are gloomy, or if you believe that you are lethargic, if you believe that you can't do much, if you believe that you can change the world, if you believe that you can do anything, all of that is ego. Because it's going with energy. If it's something that you are not consistent within every single day, such as eating. Eating isn't ego. Pissing isn't ego. Taking a shit isn't ego. Sleeping isn't an ego. Alright? All the physical things in your reality isn't ego. The things that you have to do every single day. Everything else in between that's actually irrelevant to life as the physical, that's ego. So, how do we direct the ego? We first of all admit that we are slaves to energy, that we go where the energy goes. We have no say in our lives. If we feel sad, we're sad. If we feel depressed, we're depressed. And we just accept and allow that. If we are angry and we experience anger, we express it, believing it's valid, believing it's right. If we believe we are righteous, if we believe we are intelligent, if we believe we are stupid, that's all ego. And if we follow those things, then we are participating in ego. So what is not ego? Well, ego is when you are extremely physical, one and equal as the physical. It's when energy does not decide your day. It is when you wake up, from the time you wake up to the time you sleep, you know that you have done everything in that day as the physical. When you had a moment coming up of feelings not like doing something, you took a breath and you did it regardless. You're breathing, you're pushing through resistance, and you're making sure that what you are doing is common sense, practical, based for all life. Alright? And yes, sometimes there can still be ego, so don't judge ego. That's also ego. To judge ego is probably the most ultimate ego you can get. So to judge is not the way to go about ego as well. I know I've dealt with ego for a very long time, and I've judged myself extensively with ego, and I have went into extensive depressive moments and depressions in my life. I've gone into the polarity of depression, of hyper energetic alive person. I have gone through not knowing who I am once I started stopping the ego. Once I started doing writing and self-forgiveness day in and day out for myself on every single point in my life, with implementing what's best for all life, and obviously listening to the Equaf products to see what is energy, how does energy work, what's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, how does emotions work, how does feelings work, how does thoughts work, how do we work as human beings. That's the whole point of the Destiny website and the Equality website, is to educate us on how we work as organic robots so that we can rebirth ourselves as actual living beings, one and equal as the physical. And this process is not an easy process, and it's not for everyone. But it's for those that can push through the ego. Can you push through the ego? I dare you to take the challenge, and you can see for yourself how you can push yourself every single day against everything that you believe of yourself that is impossible to change. That is where we actually rebirth ourselves. When we so strongly believe we are something and we can never change it. And in the act that we do change it, as I have for myself, we realize that we can create ourselves. We can be the authors of writing our own script, our own DNA. And through self-forgiveness, you actually do that. You change your DNA through sound. The proof scientifically has been there now for many years that we change through sound. Check out Bruce Lipton. All right, he's now again circling on Facebook. And many other Russian scientists. Sound in self-forgiveness. And designing and creating yourself as a being that's based for all life, that stands as life, is possible. We can literally change everything about ourselves. So, take up the point of understanding ego. Anything where energy goes and you follow it is ego. So you can't judge that person or that person or that person's ego. Everyone's got ego. And we're all slaves to ego. Ego is the mind. Ego is a polarity design. Ego is energy that just flows around and we just flow with it. All right, thank you very much. This is Gyan and enjoy.